So I want to get everyone's reaction to the cabinet pick so far. Jack, what are your thoughts?
I'm still not tired of winning. We are reaching levels of winning that were previously not thought possible. I mean, you take someone. Obviously, the Matt Gaetz pick is huge. It's taking up all the attention. We'll talk about it, but Tulsi Gabbard at DNI is very subversive, and I love that because she's someone who went through the entire system of the military, having served in war, having served in combat, learned that the intelligence community which I learned when I was there, shapes intelligence to fit their political goals, and then goes over and says, this is wrong. This is clear. They're clearly lying to policymakers. When the intelligence gets to DC, it all gets twisted to be whatever answer they want. And then finally, they're served the answer. And she can sit there now as the head of the entire intelligence community and tell them all to pound sand. So I love it. Notwithstanding, of course, the thermonuclear warhead of Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is your thoughts, Blake, on the cabinet selections so far? We got Tulsi Gabbard, got Matt Gaetz. Take your pick.
Man, it's I feel like the one that really drives it home to me is actually like it's Pete Hegseth for Secretary of Defense, in that you'll have these strong reactions where people are saying like, oh, this is shocking. No, like, to me, what is shocking is the state of the defense establishment in the United States. You have these phenomenally experienced people. You have people who've been around forever, and their track record is, okay, they invaded Iraq. That was a disaster. They fought for 20 years in Afghanistan, and the Taliban got stronger pretty much the entire time. And then the government that we were propping up collapsed instantaneously. They're fighting the Houthis in Yemen and losing to them. They can't do basic things. Like, this is the stuff that gets very little coverage in public. But, for example, we designed a thing called the Littoral Combat Ship. It's supposed to operate in shallow waters. Yep. And it's basically a giant failure, just worthless. Like, it is a ship for fighting in shallow waters, and it can't sail in shallow waters and can't fight. Truly cataclysmically bad. And you'll get these reports, we can't really build ships anymore. All the guys who know how to do it are retiring. We're not getting new people in. I think China's shipbuilding capacity at this point is like 100 or 200 times greater than ours. We sent 5 or 6 years of weapons production to the Ukraine. We can't scale it up. We need all of our chips from China still. All of these things are happening in the defense establishment. And then they're mad because we picked a guy who they're like, oh, he's a TV host. Okay, yeah, he's also a smart guy who is a veteran of the military, and he has a pretty good resume all across the board. And what you basically need is a wrecking ball who's not going into the DOD so that he can plan for his $5 million a year job from Raytheon afterwards. It just drives everything about this home to me. And can we get him through? We'll see. But I think it definitely shows the intent of the Trump administration to dramatically shake things up. And it says a lot that Hegseth is possibly only like the third most attention-getting nomination that Trump has made so far. The Gaetz one, very strong reactions to that. We'll definitely see what unfolds with that one. Tulsi Gabbard, I think it's going to be very entertaining to see all these, like, they're going to make very deranged attacks on some of these guys. I think with Tulsi, they're going to accuse her of being a Russian asset, and I don't think there was much evidence for that at any point, but they're going to make very, very deranged attacks, and I think that's going to really show what the battle lines are in DC, is who still takes people seriously when the people who failed over and over and over and over again start making these ad hominem attacks on people who are any threat at all to shake up how things are normally done.
Tyler, your thoughts on how we're doing so far? It's looking pretty good.
Man, I can't wait for all the people who are going to quit because Matt Gaetz is going to get right in there. Like, the immediate thought I had was like, people are literally boxing up their stuff right now, and it's the most incredible thing considering where we've been. It's incredible. I mean,
I'm thinking, like, how many documents are they going to destroy? It'll be like, remember the Mueller guy? I can't believe this wasn't a bigger scandal. That the deputy on the Mueller investigation where they all erased their phones by forgetting the password and then putting in the wrong password 10 times in a row until the phone erased itself. And several of them did this. It was just the most blatant criminal behavior imaginable, and no one ever got charged or seriously investigated for this. I could see that happening, just tons of it with the Garland people.
I mean, going from Garland to Gates is like the craziest turnaround in the history of human. No, seriously, in all of American history, Merrick Garland to Matt Gates, and it's funny because they have the same initials.
They do.
Which is hilarious to me, just the whole thing. And like the Guardian's posting like on their front page right now that, you know, Trump picks far right Congressman Matt Gates as Attorney General. Like people, they're reckless pick. Lawmakers express doubts. DOJ lawyers slam. Yeah, this it's like this whole thing is just so funny.